Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and welcome to day 131 of a year of yoga. Let me get my shoes off. Oh my goodness, another wonderful but busy day. It's taken me all the ding dong day to get around to getting onto my mat, but we're here and that's a start. I've also been having a lot of I think doing tree pose has really been bothering my it's like, oh, I can't pronounce it, but it's plantar fasciitis, but not on the bottom of your foot, like not on your plantar. It's on this top region here that is just that muscle or maybe the connections are just really feeling it. So I'm gonna be gentle with myself today. But having said that, hey Z, go on over there. Go on, go to the couch. Thank you, my love. Oh, he's a good boy. Yes, you are. Okay, sorry. So no, you can't come over here either, Sam. Thank you though. Go hang out with your bubba, okay? Sweet little mongrels. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. Let's start in mountain pose, grounding our feet down through our mat to the earth. Inhaling and exhaling, arms overhead. Inhale and exhale as the full breath cycle. We're going to try to take at least one full breath cycle in each posture here. So now as we inhale, let's swan dive forward. As we exhale, inhale and exhale up to our flat back. Inhale, let's walk our hands out to plank. And lower down and up to downward upward dog. Shifting through to down dog. I'm going to do 3 full breath cycles here. Now from here, let us inhale and walk our feet, our hands back to our feet. Inhale, exhale into our flat back, keeping a micro bend in our knees to protect that joint. Inhale and sink in just a little lower. Inhale, let's bend our knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. There we go. Okay, so now come into tree pose. We are going to ground our feet into the mat and be wherever it is that you are today. You may just be working on balance, in which case, just bring up your left foot as we ground down through our right. You don't have to keep it far off the ground. You can just starting here with our toe, right foot grounded, left toe up, and then just lift that toe for a moment. And then, but it's just right there in reach. You could have your fingertips very near a wall or a sturdy, like a desk or something, just to hold on to. So be very patient with yourself. Inhale, exhaling down. We're going to bring our foot, when we're ready, up to our calf. Let's do 3 full breath cycles here. Inhale and exhale through, transitioning all of our weight through our left foot, putting those roots down. Inhale, exhale. Open up that right hip and bring the sole of your foot to your calf. 3 full breath cycles. Whew, if we can get steady today. And coming back down. That's really good. That I'm hoping, I mean, evidence has shown that as we proceed through this and continue practicing, we will get stronger. We will improve our balance. We will reclaim our mobility. Man, those millimeters, sometimes you really just chiseling them out. So, our next posture is warrior 2. Let's inhale. Exhale, stepping forward with our left leg, bringing our right foot parallel to the back of our mat. And extend our arms out as though we're growing through our fingertips, grow out through the top of our head. Keeping your knee guiding over the center of your foot. You can come in a little deeper if you want. Let's inhale to the center and exhale, rotating our changing direction, bringing our right foot towards the end of the mat and making our back foot parallel. And just focus on that support and strength that zipped up through your core, growing out of your fingertips. You can make some little figure 8s with your fingers in this position just to really get some blood flowing into your hands and wrists. You can come back to center. Let's heel toe in a little bit, stepping in back to the middle. Whew. Just give our legs a little bit of a rest, because now we will step back into that position. And you don't have to step out of it if you don't need the little bit of a break. Inhaling up, or inhaling, let's reach forward with our left hand, keeping a lot of space. And then lifting up and back, bringing our fingertips to either our thigh or below our knee. And then we can come forward, almost waterfalling into, let's go ahead and grab our block for this. We should already grab that, but be patient with me. So we're in our, what is this even called? Reverse warrior pose, where we're stretching back, then coming forward. Let's straighten that knee, extend, and then come down, using a block to raise the ground to our body. Oh, that's a good stretch. And now from here, if we're able, so, well, let's come on down. And we could still use the block to bring the ground up to us, but while we're in this position, let's lift up that back leg, shifting all the weight to our front leg. Doing circles with my foot in one direction and the other. Now let's bring that back leg down. Lower our knee down. And now we are in a low crescent lunge. Again, I'm using the block to bring the ground up to myself, really getting nice and deep, stretching that hip flexor. And I'm trying to keep my front knee in between my arms. That way it doesn't just become a lizard pose. And from here, we will come back up, transition our brick to the other side, and be moving now over the right side of our foot. Inhale, exhale, coming back into that warrior two, reaching forward and then up and back into reverse warrior. Inhale and come up. On the exhale, as we straighten that front leg. Inhale, extend like we're reaching for the wall in front of us while keeping our hips in place. And bring our hands down to the block into triangle with a twist. And I usually get a lot of cramping just in my obliques as they're contracting and pulling everything together. Hoo-wee. So honor your body, breathe through it, relieve any kind of pinching or cramping or twinging. Inhale. Coming down, I'm shifting my block from my right to left hand as I position myself to raise up that back leg into a warrior three, using a block as a prop. Making circles with my back foot that's up in the air. Changing direction. Now from here, let's lower that back leg, lower that back knee, untucking my toes, and coming into a high or a low crescent lunge. Really getting into that hip flexor. As usual, if you want a deeper stretch, just look up. And we will push back out of this and just come for a moment to Thunderbolt position. It doesn't really pick up on it well, but I really want to use my bell. It's a Tibetan singing bell that I've had for, gosh, almost 20 years at this point, but it still rings as true as ever. So perhaps a little bit of a journal prompt that I'm going to be doing it for myself, but I thought I'd share it with you guys just now. I, if you're into it, if you're into journaling, uh, I highly recommend trying out writing a letter to yourself from the perspective of your future self, who is the you that you want to be. I'm actually going to sit cross-legged for a moment and talk about this journal prompt with you guys just a little bit more. So it's picture yourself as you would like to be, whether it's, nobody can decide this for you. For me, it is somebody who is strong and capable and balanced and not reactionary, like very, just level headed, wise. Like those are the things that I would like to become, so that I can be a little less of the things that frustrate me now. I'd like to grow into this, future self. And the journal prompt is, you have that visualization of who you are going to be. Write from that you's perspective to the you of now, uh, thanking and praising and commending, being like, you did so good on the steps that you needed to take to get to where we are now. You did so good. So just as an example, an easy example, because just about everybody's got bills, right? And I think everybody in general is like, yeah, I wouldn't mind having maybe a bit more financial freedom than what I currently have. And so if your goals are financially driven, picture the you that has the finances that you want, and right from that perspective, you did so good not accumulating debt over the holidays. You did so good being uh, diligent about your grocery budget. Be very specific. Like, you did so good choosing to get a used car instead of one that's a bit more expensive, or if you needed a new vehicle, or just it really praise yourself for the for the decisions that you might not have necessarily made yet, but that you are going to and will need to make to get to where you're going. um, Commend yourself on how you rolled with the punches and went with the flow and did what you needed to do to overcome the obstacles as they presented themselves. You know, praise yourself for getting back on track, for doing the things, that you, and just recognizing that it's not all rainbows and butterflies and just easy self love affirmations. Like, but just praise yourself as though the thing has already been achieved. And through that, um, I feel like our inner selves and our subconsciouses have so much wisdom that sometimes we just need to listen to. And I think, I know for myself, I've been very conditioned, um just growing up, to, you don't listen to your inner self, like that's crazy, like what? And just kind of told what I ought to be thinking, as opposed to experiencing what I really am thinking and feeling. So by writing from a perspective that is within ourselves, just our future, a potential future self, can help us divulge the path that maybe we feel like we need to be taking. So what are the steps that you feel like you really do need to be taking to get to the you that you want to be? you know and that's not for anybody other than you to decide and figure out and then pursue. So uh it could be getting out of a toxic relationship, it could be keeping your house in order, it could be um just becoming a little bit more intentional through like the busy work of the day, kind of the same old, same superheated kind of stuff. But if we can approach it with intent and gratitude and just a little change in perspective, there's no telling how much magic we can sow throughout our day. So this is the little journal prompt of like, I'm really interested. I'm gonna go journal, and kind of see what maybe stepping stones I need to be laying into the path that I want to take through the coming year. So that's usually what I spend December doing. After the craze of the holidays passes, is start really planning and setting my sights for the coming year. So let's do that, you guys. Thank you. I hope that makes sense. Let me know how you're doing down in the comments. If you'd like to share anything about like your journaling or anything like that, like I'm in no way pressuring you guys, but I am very interested in hearing your thoughts and ideas. And even if it's just vague and you're like, hey, I really enjoyed that, or hey, this sucked, I hate that, stop suggesting these things. um, or just whatever breakthroughs you want to share, or lack of breakthroughs, that's okay too. Like, I don't know how many times I've sat here journaling just feeling like I'm writing letters to the wall. But thank you guys again so much for joining me. I'll see y'all tomorrow. So until then, keep on keeping on. Mwah. Bye.